An Israeli airstrike in northeastern Lebanon has killed at least 11 people. It comes as Iran's supreme leader has vowed to take revenge for the assassination of Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah. The 64-year-old was killed in an Israeli missile attack on the militant group's headquarters in Beirut. Meanwhile, IDF troops amass at Lebanon's border ahead of a possible ground invasion. David Wood is a journalist and also a senior analyst for the International Crisis Group. He joins us now from the outskirts of Beirut. David, can you tell us more about this explosion that killed Hezbollah's leader?
So, as far as we know, Israel used several bunker buster bombs, which are incredibly powerful, to strike a command centre that Hassan Nasrallah was in, along with several other senior leaders. It needs to be remembered that at the same time, this attack was so severe that it levelled at least 6 buildings. And this means that until now, the Lebanese Health Ministry is still not sure exactly how many people were killed in this attack, which shows the severity of it. And this worries people that if this kind of attack can happen in Lebanon, in the center of the city, then what could be coming next in this war? And there's just a desperate need to end this violence now and move towards a political settlement.
Talk to us about the future of Hezbollah now that the leader has been killed.
Hezbollah will very quickly replace Nasrallah and also the many other senior leaders who've been assassinated by Israel in the past weeks and months. But the question does become, the organisation has never faced hits this severe and this constant. So what is Hezbollah's capacity to retaliate now? The other scary thing is that given that Hezbollah is undoubtedly in a weaker position than usual, could there be the potential that other actors in the Lebanese system who are rivals of Hezbollah might see this as an opportunity to try to wrestle some power back from Hezbollah, which has been the dominant political party and group in Lebanon for at least the past 2 decades.
David, I want to get a sense of what you think could happen next. Israeli troops are ready at the border. Things couldn't be further from a ceasefire right now. How likely do you think a ground invasion is?
It really depends on what Israel wants to do at this point. So it's very open to Israel right now to say that it has taken out almost all of Hezbollah's senior military leadership. It claims that it has taken out many of Hezbollah's weapons and infrastructure. It could now conclude that it's made it much more safe for Israelis to return to the north of Israel once there's a political settlement in place. And that would seem the prudent thing to do. Now, if Israel wants to go on with the job and enter South Lebanon, that would require a ground invasion. But that comes with enormous risks, not just for Lebanon in terms of making the humanitarian situation here even worse, but also for Israel. Because in a lot of ways, the way that Vietnam is to the US, Lebanon has been to Israel. A ground invasion would come at enormous risks to Israeli troops and also would not make it any sooner that they could send displaced people from the north of Israel home.
David Wood, appreciate your time. Stay safe.
No worries. Thanks for having me.